day off, man. I should have went into work, get that overtime, but sometimes you work so much I gotta do, or you gotta show up so much I gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta fall back and chill. Beautiful day that the heavenly has made. I'm in it, and I'm glad to be in it, even though I know the situation that I'm in with this country and these people who are trying to run this country and the people who running them who trying to run this country is not making this easy. So this video is going to be a little short, yet again a little long, because I want to get to the point of what I want to talk about. So it's me yesterday talking about my collection. Now, after this video, we're going to go in the studio, because I haven't had this bad boy cranked up. Yeah, it's me right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Whatever. We're going to get back here in the lab, start messing around back here, because I forgot what it looked like back here. I'm going to have to dust this stuff off, but I got it all turned on. I'm going to come back here and get ready for some sessions that I need to be doing with myself and maybe other people. What's going on, DJ World? So, yeah, so this is the studio. So we're going to be getting ready. The booth is lit. I had the booth lit. Well, I'm sorry, now the booth is lit, so I'm going to go back there and test out some microphones and stuff like that and make sure everything is up for the sessions I'm about to start having, heaven willing, to get some people up in here and make it pop. I just been closed down for so long, man, so now it's time to open back up. So, we got Pro Tools running over here. We got some Logic and what else we got running here? We got, come on, dog, just come on, dog, stop playing, dog. Yeah, we got some of that Apollo Twin running in here. Here we got our old school that changed all our sounds and our modules. This Digital Performer, we got that running, and of course, you gotta have Logic over here that's running some sounds too. So we got it going on back here. That's how we do it at Rockdown Studios. You know what I mean? Rockdown Studios, bars. What time is it? What time is it? 11:17. Okay, I gotta make sure I got the clock right. Going to have clients back here, you're in and out. All right, so let's get ready to go out here and talk about what I really want to talk about. And I'm sorry I got to talk about it, but I'm not sorry I got to talk about it. So let's go out here on the deck, where I was yesterday, and we're going to rippity rap. Because I like it out here. I cleaned out here for a reason. I spent a lot of money on this vacuum that doesn't pick up anything. Quick. So this is not having time for this Black & Decker that doesn't pick up anything. And then she threatened it. Oh, look at this. All this money for this thing. But you know what? It did work that night that I bought it. That I had popcorn off on deck. Might have some company up here today. Out here, drink a couple glasses of wine, you know what I mean? I know that was loud, man. Come on, dog. You don't turn that on, man. Why are we trying to talk? Yeah, well, I had my bug light on all night. Hopefully I killed a lot of bugs so they won't be here tonight. Where's the joint at, dog? Here we go. All right, I'm back. All right, so here we go. So let's talk. Let's talk about how the government is bamboozling black people once again to vote for them or try to get them to vote for them or to try to create a catastrophe before November. Because they know in November, y'all ain't voting for them no more. I mean, those of you who know better ain't voting for them no more because you saw they duped you and they're hating a man because y'all shouldn't have hate in your heart. You just shouldn't have that much hate in your heart. That you get manipulated by somebody who make you hate somebody who is doing you good solid. You know what I mean? And a lot of blacks don't want to admit it. A lot of blacks don't want to admit that Trump was making them money. A lot of blacks would not admit that. You know what I mean? You know why? Because they had so much pressure from their friends. They were just scared. I don't believe you like Trump. What you mean you like Trump? And that's what happened. A lot of people got scared of other people except me because I ain't fearing of nobody and no man and no woman, black or not. Don't tell me who I need to vote for. Of course, I didn't vote for that fool who's in there now trying to make our lives miserable. And you know he's making our lives miserable, but the blame game is how they got you to do what they're doing now, which is the blame game. They're blaming anybody but themselves. They're blaming you for these problems. They're blaming Putin. They're blaming Ukraine. They're not blaming Hunter Biden's laptop. They're not blaming the criminal Biden crime family. They're not blaming bad vaccines, bad freaking boosters. People still getting I got a couple of friends don't call me already, man. I got caught. Dog, didn't you take every booster available and a vaccine and you still getting COVID? Y'all got bamboozled, man. Look here. I told y'all a long time ago. Y'all didn't listen to me for a year and a half. I've been telling you, you don't listen. You don't listen because you are affected by other people. You're scared. You're fearful of other people, or what other people want to say about you. Instead of standing up. See, people admire heroes. People don't admire zeros. I'm not calling you a zero, but I'm calling you a person that if you didn't stand up out of common sense to know that these people are bamboozling you into voting for them by creating the Black Lives Matter thing. Black Lives Matter, you ain't heard from them since, right? They got mansions because they got rewarded for what they did. So now they got mansions in Cali. Cali is broke, poor, skid row, everything, but they got mansions out in Cali, near Hollywood. Where all the other Hollywood people are who don't care about you, who ain't worrying about gas, who ain't worrying about eating, who ain't worrying about nothing. But see, they're going to get theirs. The heavenly will reward those who are greedy, and he's going to reward those who get theirs. His reward is not going to be something cute. His reward is going to be his reward for those who done took advantage of people. But those who got taken advantage of are going to get some of that reward too. You got to be responsible for the things that you do to help this come about. You don't want to blame yourself because that's how they manipulated black people, by using racism. And the Chinese are good at this too. Chinese helped them. They know the mentality of the black man. They know the mentality of black people. All you do is look at the movie I keep bringing up, the Django. But y'all won't look at stuff I try to reference for you. The Django, Mr. Candy said, Monsieur Candy said in the room when he was about to get busy with Jamie and the boy, he said he brought the human skull of a black man. And he said, back here in the skull of the black man, in here, that's what it's called subservient. It's soft, it's there, and it's good for subservient. Now, the white skull, you don't see that because the white man's not subservient. See, they put stuff in movies for you to pick up on. Because in order for them to get the agenda across, they have to show it to you first. Secret societies are not secret societies because if they were secret, you wouldn't know about them. Secret societies are in for letting you know about it. Because some of you might say, oh, I want to join that and become a part of that. Or you might say, oh, man, yeah, but it's not really a secret society because I know about it, so they ain't doing nothing. And that's what this is all about, man. It's about Satanists, pagans against the heavenly. And you, again, like I said before, got to make a choice. You're either going to stand for the heavenly or you're going to stand for the Satanists. You only can do one or two. This is Satan's world. He offered it to Jesus. Jesus said, bread and manna, you can't even get down with me like that, bro. I already know what it is. He ain't said it like that, but I'm trying to convey it to you what Jesus said to Satan when he took him up to the mountaintop after he fasted. Because Jesus fasted. Y'all never fast. You can forget about y'all fasting anything in life. But forget it, because I'm trying to help you out. Just take these criticisms as something that you might want to say, yeah, I can fast, we'll do it then. So, Satan told Jesus after he fasted on the mountain 40 days, he said, look, I'll give you all of this if you just get on your knees and worship me. Well, a lot of you guys got on your knees and you worshiping them. And you worshiping them now. I don't care whether you go to church, that don't mean nothing. I know a lot of you might be offended. Well, how you ain't no saint. No, I ain't say I was a saint. But I don't support Satanists. I do know that. I don't support Satanist ways. I don't support Satanists as a voter. I don't support Satanists. Because I know a Satanist when I see Satan. I know Satanist actions when I see Satanist actions. I'm not stupid. A lot of y'all try to ignore it. Because Monsieur Candy said, you got this subservient thing in the back of your head. And then he mentioned, as I always mention too, in this, and they got to tell you stuff for you to pick up on it. Because they tell you stuff in movies and commercials. That's what programming is about. Movies is about programming. It's about commercials. It's about getting inside your head. And if you got a weak head, they get you all the time. He said, if I was a slave and I was shaving my daddy's neck for 50 years, I tell you right, I wouldn't have waited one day before I cut my daddy's throat from here to here. And he's saying my dad because it was his daddy. But what he was saying was if I was a slave, I would have cut his neck from here to there. But black people are subservient. And the Democrats know that you're subservient. That's why every time they get you to vote for them, they got to do something to get you to vote for them because you're not stupid. They know you're not really stupid, but they know you're subservient. So they create chaos, which is they're going to do. There's going to be a lot of things going on between now and November. There's going to be a lot of things. They trying monkeypox. They got some stuff already ready. And if you live in Atlanta, man, I'm sorry, dog. Y'all live right next to the CDC where all the germs and viruses, everything is, man. A little leak out of the CDC, dog, it's a freaking wrap. I don't know why y'all is running down there. But CDC, that's a Satanist city. I mean, Atlanta, you got a lot of stuff going down there, man. There ain't no heavenly city. Y'all can act like, yeah, Atlanta's the place you want to be. You don't want to be in Atlanta, bro. A lot of Satanist stuff going on down that joint. Keep it real. That's a Satanist place. That's why people run down there, because they can do hedonism things. They can do all that stuff that the heavenly do not like. And don't be trying to play the blame game on me. Well, you do bad things too. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you. Stop doing the blame game. You keep trying to put the blame game. You're like a Democrat. The reason why we're going through all this is Putin. We was already getting higher gas prices because the agenda was to make sure that we get rid of all the fossil fuels. Even though we're buying fossil fuels from other countries, we're going to get rid of our fossil fuels because we're going to clean up our sky. We're going to clean up our sky. You black people who can't afford a regular car, your girlfriend's buying the cars you have. These dudes right here racing up and down 309 whatsoever and all around the area and the city whatsoever, using them as racetracks. Girlfriend bought them cars. They ain't got no, because they out here racing them all day. They ain't got no job. Girlfriends buying them cars like, baby boy, don't make sure you come pick me up from work when you're done racing the car up and down the street, because they ain't looking for no job. And there's plenty of jobs out here, right? Don't put the blame game on me. Put the blame game on yourself. See, black people don't like to blame themselves for calamities that they create. The other example is, like I said, a woman goes to court, right? Because her son's about to get sentenced, right? And the whole family comes. The whole family comes, and they do this guy done killed somebody. Probably killed him for somebody who's actually in the freaking, in court. Probably saw him killed the guy. Killed him straight up. As soon as the judge say life, here they go running, jumping all, falling out on the floor, like they in church. Falling all over the place. Oh, I can't believe it, Jesus. Why you sitting on that? He didn't mean to kill him. But that would have been able to kill your son, the one who actually killed somebody. You'd be like, oh, give him life, right? That's how black people do, because that's how the white man knows that the black man is subservient, and it's easy to place blame on them and lay it on their lap to make them feel guilty. So then when they're blaming you so busy feeling guilty that you really think that, oh, it's my fault that the skies are jacked up and it's too hot outside and climate control. They blame it on you, and you'll believe it too. Oh, I can't believe I didn't even think about this. But you still be in a Wendy's line. You still driving your car around here like gas ain't cheap. Driving it like you're crazy. Racing up and down the street. Just burning gas out. No, you ain't got no gas. Now you got to get something to eat. But you don't care about eating because you're probably busy drinking. If you drink, you ain't got to eat. So now they make sure that the state stores stayed open while this freaking, this virus that they threw over here, because they meant for it to happen, because China said no Asian hate. How do you come over here talking about no Asian hate? Are there no black hate over in China? For the black people who live in China, they over there talking about no black hate? But they embedded themselves over here to make us feel guilty about Asian hate, so they can have this virus come over here, and then we see them come over here, and they, where I live at, we got them driving $100,000 cars. Asian people, I don't know whether they're from Hong Kong, China, Korea, whatever. Asian people driving around $100,000 cars, ain't worrying about gas. Tell me, but no Asian hate. You got Chinese food stores here, poisoning the community with their salt, pepper, and ketchup, and you keep asking for it with their big giant juices of sugar that's giving you diabetes, but you can't help but going to the store and asking for it. You need a freaking Pepsi. No, give me a diet Pepsi. Oh, that's even worse than the regular Pepsi. You might as well drink the regular Pepsi, because that's no good for you. So they done messed up your mind to think when you go in a Chinese store, you the boss. Oh, give me this, give me that. Oh, you're ching chang ching chang ching chang chang ching chang chang. While in the meantime, they poisoning you. So you keep buying them sugar juices that's full of sugar, giving you diabetes, and you're wondering why your leg about to fall off. Your toes are freaking tingling. Your fingers are tingling. You go ahead and take your doggone, and your sugar's up to 7,000, and then you just got finished drinking a freaking Chinese food store joint. Oh, Raj, that sounds like Asian hate. No, that sounds like fat. Chinese food store sells foods that kind of put you in a predicament that you're going to mess around and have a pandemic out of a Chinese food store. They don't even need a virus for black people. If they want to get rid of black people, you send them to the Chinese food store. Now, there are Asian stores that make Asian cuisine. But we talking about these little stores on the corner, in the hood. Do you think they love you? Do you think they love you, or do they love the money that you're bringing over? Do Chinese people in the morning wake up and say, I like to pray for all of the black people in the neighborhood? Don't even sound Chinese, but whatever. I like to pray for all the black people and all my customers that come into my store every day, that I make their food good for them, that even though they're not going to bless their own food, I'm going to bless it for them because I'm a blessed guy and I'm going to make sure their food is right. Do you think every corner store do that for you? No, they do not. Do you think Biden and the Democrats wake up every morning? Thank you, Father, for giving us the opportunity to be able to free all black people and everybody from the skies, because we're going to get rid of all the cars that are not electric, and we're going to give all the black people free electric cars, $80,000 cars, and because that's how much they cost. So they clean up the climate, which they blame on you because it's your fault that the climate is jacked up because you keep farting more than cows. Then, hey, wow, it's on you, black people, but you voted for the people who blaming you for the problem, right? So you're looking up here like, oh, well, who's to blame? Oh, no. Well, you blame you and you blame the people you voted for. Look, you are what you vote for, and that's what you voted for. So don't be crying about gas. I'm so tired of these weak behind individuals on Facebook always throwing up, crying about gas and this and gas and this and gas and that. Well, you voted for it, fool. I'm so tired of them, man. These cats out there, I mean, they ain't really my friends, it's people I know as associates. But they always on there crying. Always on there crying about how the gas is. Now, some people didn't vote for this freaking demonic administration, Democrats. They didn't vote for them. They didn't vote for them. They didn't vote for the sellouts who sold out black people for the sake of money. So while you are here worrying about gas, your savior and your leader, who's on radio every day, keeping it real, you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Weavy Hair, who lied about the girl who got raped in the park. Now then he defended her, come find out she was lying. You know his name. I don't even want to say his name. I can't remember his name. He living up in Upper Manhattan. He ain't worrying about gas. He ain't worrying about rent. He ain't worrying about electric. He ain't worrying about eating. He ain't worrying about nothing. In fact, he stopped eating. That's why he's so skinny now and his hair's so big. He ain't worrying about you. You think he wake up every morning? Remember, he was supposed to be a preacher whatsoever in New York in the streets back in the day. Preaching him and Jesse. What happened to Jesse? I ain't heard about Jesse. Jesse is a reverend. Where's Reverend Jesse Jackson? I mean, I don't really keep up with TV like that. Maybe he is out there. Are these freaking people that you voted for waking up every morning and praying for your well-being? Do you really think so? I mean, come on now, let's be real, man. Don't be looking at me like I'm stupid, because I'm just asking you a stupid question. Because me is a totally stupid question. I had to be asking this. Do you think these Democrats, and don't be talking about, well, don't be, I just asked you a question. Don't ask a question with a question. Answer the question. Do you think these people you voted for are waking up every morning thinking about your well-being? Do you think so? Do you think they're waking up saying, if we just stick with this for the next 20, 30 years, which most of them will be dead because they're 60, 70 years old anyway. So what skin they have in the game, right? If we just, in 20, 30 years for our grandchildren and children, it's going to be great. Well, the grandchildren and children might not be around either because ain't no freaking milk. Ain't no food. Ain't no gas. So how long we got to go through this? Change the climate, blame all people, including black people, for this, and how long we got to wait for this to turn around? How long we got to wait? How many more viruses we got to get Fauci to make and Gates to make and vaccine while they buying up all the land? Gates got just about the whole freaking West Coast up north, because he'll have y'all on there slaving for him when it's time to lock you down. It's gonna be FEMA camp or Gates' place. Which one you going to? You're going to the FEMA camp. The FEMA camp people are the people who are going to be anti-democratic establishment. They're going to send us to the FEMA camp and try to reprogram us and shoot us with all these nonsense vaccines and water and saline solutions that never worked anyway, which ain't working now. And then the people who are cool with the Democrats who voted for them, you get to be a slave on, again, on Gates properties. And the Chinese are buying a lot of property here too. So you got China buying up a lot of property here because the United States owe Chinese a lot of money. That's why they're doing what they do to us. That's why they sent that vaccine and that virus over here. The vaccine they made ain't working either, by the way. They sent that over here because we owe them money. The Saudi Arabians making us pay for their friggin' oil and stuff because we owe them money. United States in the pocket of everybody, but you know when we wasn't in the pocket of everybody? Roughly around 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 years ago, we wasn't in anybody's pockets because we was taking care of ourselves. Now what's going to happen when all you people who need medication from the vaccine and from your other ailments, well, the vaccine is made, all the medicines, 90% of them are made in India and China. What if they decide to cut that off? Now ain't no more medicines. Wake up in the morning. Most of y'all need 18 pills a day, right? Because you ain't been taking care of yourself. You need 18 pills a day. You're going to wake up one morning and you're going to need your pills and you're going to be on the last two. And you're going to find out, oh, that ain't going to be available for the next month. You need your diabetic medication. You need your testers. You need whatever you take. All that stuff. Because you've been ruining your life for all your life. Eating like you wanted to, doing what you wanted to, bam, bam, bam. And now all of a sudden you need some medicines, and we don't make medicines over here. All the medicines are made in China and India. And all of a sudden China and India don't like us no more because we ain't paying them the money we should be paying them. Well, I pay tax dollars, so my money should have been going over there, I guess. I don't know. Or should my money have been going here to these scientists here to make the medicines ourselves that my people need? But you voted for this. You voted for this. So stop blaming me. Stop blaming people who speaking out against this. Stop blaming people who are trying to live a heavenly life, and blame the satanic people who are not trying to live a heavenly life, who are trying to take control of you, take our guns, the guys who are really cool with guns, who just practice and whatever and use them for defense and not out killing people. While they let the people out killing people, feeding them all that garbage food, they all amped up on weed, fentanyl whatsoever. They decided they want to shoot up a block. And the mothers and the parents of those people, if they ever get caught, should be locked up with them as well in the same jail cell. So if it's the mother, and the mother was raising that guy who actually shot at the people and they caught him, the mother get to be in the same jail cell as her son with the other criminals. So she can watch her son get a booty rip, and I don't know, maybe they won't rip his booty because she there. That'll teach you to keep an eye on your kids. Because they wild, they're going crazy, they're on Facebook, TikTok, Snipslop, trying to act like ain't nothing happening. Because all this is just a week worth of hype. And then once this week is over, it's going to be over with. But a lot of you trying to, oh yeah, I was in Philly and I used to hang down that block. I was one of them. But you don't care about anything else except the fact that because you used to hang down there, now, oh, I used to hang down that block. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Everybody used to hang down there who didn't get shot or killed Saturday. But let's talk about people getting shot and killed elsewhere. Elsewhere. In the world. Not just here, in the world. Let's talk about the Afghan people, the Americans and people in Afghanistan that the democratic government left over there, and they still over there. They've been over there for 204 days. And they still ain't out of there because they left them over there. Let's talk about them poor souls. What if you was that? See, a lot of you like to talk a whole bunch of crap, but you never like to put the shoe on the other foot. All you do is worry about yourself, all you do is think about yourself, because you're your own God and you're part of that satanic part. That's what it is, because there's only one true Most High. And if you claim to be one, then there's only one. And if you ain't on his side, you're on that side. So if you're your own God, you're over there. And if you believe in the Heavenly Father, then you're over here. And then you, or my friend, are not my friend. In fact, you are my enemy. Period. I don't deal with satanic people. I don't deal with social media gods. People got to put themselves up every day, got to show themselves off because they freaking... You need a psychiatrist. You need a psychologist. You need to go somewhere and talk to somebody. And don't try to talk to anybody on Facebook unless it's a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And stop talking to these people who ain't got no bit of sense trying to tell you what you need to do. Offering you some paddle, man, that God got your back and stuff like that. They don't even believe in God. Did they wake up every morning praying for people on Facebook or whatever? Because I pray for everybody. Whether you do dirty or whether you don't, I pray for everybody. I pray for the heavenly give mercy to all of us. But you know what? Whether you believe in the Bible or not, yeah, a long time ago, the flood came, and it was a wrap. You had to start all over again. Well, maybe it's time to start all over again. And if that means because I'm part amongst all these people, these Satanists and these pagans and these self-gods, then I got to go too. Then I got to go too. I'm here. I said, no, don't blame me because, I'm not doing what they do. And, hold on. We got a wasp coming up here, probably satanic wasp. So I'm ready to jack him up real quick with a vacuum. So we don't play that wasp stuff. So yeah, satanic wasps. They're trying to come up here and interrupt my flow. Either you for the heavenly or you're against the heavenly. If you're against the heavenly, I'm not for you. Period. And you ain't gotta be my friend. I don't need friends like you. I don't need friends who worship people who freaking trying to do me dirty. So if you worship the Democrats, whether you're my friend or not, I'm sorry, whether you're a family member or not, I ain't with you. Because I mean, you're on that side. You're on the side of people who don't pray for you. I want to be on the side of people who pray for you. And I'm not even talking about Republicans because they don't probably pray for anybody anyway. All I'm saying is right now we're dealing with these people. And since we're dealing with these people and the gas and all that stuff and the climate control hype and garbage, we got to get our skies together. But China and everybody and all these other countries, they got to do theirs. India's skies are crazy. People are dying just from breathing. China the same way. They always wore masks. They didn't wear masks all the time just for friggin' vaccines and viruses. They were because they so polluted over there, they had to wear masks. And then they come over here with their mask stuff because we owe them money. The United States owed them money. You ain't gonna pay us our money, we got something for you. And we ain't using your dollar no more. So what happens when the world stops using our dollars? Yeah, the piece of paper that the little bit that they give you and them little checks and whatever they give you so you can stay home and not work and drive up and down streets in your car and acting a fool with your mask over you trying to rob somebody. That's what's gonna happen. It's easy work. So I'm telling you now, I made up my mind to make this video today because I'm not about friends. I don't need friends. I need patriots, man. I need warriors. I need patriots. I'm not talking about no patriots that blah 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 blah. Now they get ready to hypnotize you with this January 6th thing. When you found out one of the guys from the FBI was the one that started the whole thing. He was from the FBI. He was FBI CIA plant. Two of them was there to make sure that all that happened. They was calling out, come on, let's get them. It was from the CIA and the FBI. But they're going to cover that up because that's what the Democrats do. They liars. Hillary's a liar. Biden's a liar. He's a crook. Hillary's a crook. They all crooks. So now they've been warned by the elites. We got to bring up the January 6th thing. Because we don't want any Republicans to win in November. And we definitely don't want any Republicans that's being backed by Trump to win in November. But see, it's too late, man, because people ain't stupid. And it's time for you to repent of your sin. It's time for you to repent of your transgression, your iniquities. Honest to goodness. It's time for you. A lot of you don't believe in that. You just believe you can do what thou wilt. You can do what Jay-Z do with the crazy hair. Y'all can do the Aleister Crowley thing. Do what thou wilt. There's no penalty. There's no punishment for you to doing what y'all thou wilt. Just go to church every Sunday. Don't even look at the Bible. Just go to church. And see, it was a great day. Ain't learned a thing. I sang 2 songs. Blah, blah, blah. Go to church. But don't live a life. See, that's even more of a penalty. Because if you're faking a game, either you're in it or you're not. You're here or you're there. And over here, you get mercy and grace for you doing the best you can in this situation down here of temptation, deceit, lies, and corruption. On this side of the people just live the lifestyle. They go to church to fake it like they live in a lifestyle, but they don't live the lifestyle. They live right out of church and go back to living the way they've been living. We know these people. We can see these people. They're in the government. They're Biden. Biden said God 25 times just about in that freaking speech. And I don't use profanity. I wasn't about to say effing too. I was about to say freaking speech that he said the other day. He kept saying, and by God, he don't believe in God. You know the boy's a crook. His son is a crook. The whole family's a crook. Crooks don't believe in God. God ain't got nothing to do with these. He trying to make you think that, oh, he said God, so then he believe in God, so all the corruption that he do is God made him do it, I guess. I don't know. That's blasphemy. So, hey, he going around saying God, yet again, he know he crooked as all crooked could be with his son. His whole family are crooked from taking money from China, taking money from anybody, from the Ukrainians. That's why they over there. Or we going to fight for the Ukrainians. He taking money from Russia. They took money from everybody. But what they trying to do is use this January 6th thing to cover all that up. Y'all don't know. Either you're over here or you're over there. Either you're part of the people who are submissive, like Candy said, with the soft palate in the back of your brain, or you're over here and you're willing to die for what you're going to fight for. Which one is it? Are you willing to live deceitfully, or do you want to die for righteousness? Which one you doing? And I ain't preaching to you because I'm far from a preacher, and I ain't got to go to church to realize where my heart is. I ain't got to do that. You know what I mean? My protection's around me no matter what happens to me. I'm protected. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is, you might think you're protected because you think you vote for people who believe in God. Well, it depends on what God they believe in. Lots of guys out here. Most of you are guys. Most of you are Facebook guys. You look at yourself every day. You put a picture up of you every day. It gotta be about you every day. It gotta be about nobody else but you. You. You're your own God. You're your own ego. Ego God. That's you. Ego gods. That's you. That's what you are. And ain't nobody gonna fight you over it. You do what you gotta do. You want to be an ego god, be an ego god. If all you want to do is talk about yourself every day and show pictures of yourself and blah blah blah, that's you. You know, there you go. But either you over here, or you over there. I don't know which one you want to be on. That's just your choice. I ain't here to make the choice for you, man. You can't do it. You're grown people. You're grown enough to make your own choices. You should be grown enough to accept your own consequences. Period. So that's up to you, man. I'm just trying to spread some knowledge to y'all crazy people, because some of y'all are just straight crazy. Y'all don't know what's going on. You don't want to know what's going on. You just think that if you just continue to live this life somehow, like Steve Harvey asked, he was at a comedy show or something. He said, how many of y'all think y'all going to heaven? And of course, all the people who go to church every Sunday just knew they raised their hand because they know they're going to heaven. That's pretty arrogant. It's really arrogant to think that you're going to heaven. Even you knowing strongly that you are a straight Christian and blah blah bing and blah blah boom, it's still arrogant for you to know that you're guaranteed to go to heaven. That's pretty arrogant. Now, you may want to go, you may pray to go, you may ask for mercy and grace to go, but just for you to stick out, I'm going to heaven. And you know what he said? See, a lot of people started to disappear now. You know what Steve Harvey did? He just looked at him like they was crazy. Because he knew most of them was faking game. So if your goal is heaven, heaven is around you right now. The heaven is within you right now. Either you're going to feed it or you're going to fight against it. That's why so many people out here killing each other, right? Because they're fighting against it. There's a good part of you, angel. There's a devil part of you here. It's within you. It's in your heart. There's no heart that's good. No, not one. It's in the word. That's what he said to some representatives. No, not one. So for you to say that you're going to heaven, when the heavenly through David said, no, not one, man, please. So either you're going to continue to deal with this Satanist government, because that's what they are. They're all Satanists. They're pagans. They're being led by secret societies and pagans. And the people trying to be good are being threatened by pagans and secret societies. That's why they're going against. That's why they're going. The people who should be going against this government, who used to be like, yo, I can't stand no more, get threatened. We'll take your family out. If you don't do what we tell you to do in Congress, we're going to kill somebody. Somebody got to go. Like a Hollywood sacrifice for you to get money, right? If you want some money in Hollywood, somebody got to go. Unfortunately, too many people in Hollywood done sacrificed a lot of people and their families, friends, or whatsoever to get fame. Just to later on find out that was just a trick, and now they're back to being broke again. Because you got to make the mansion parties. There's 2 mansion parties going, maybe 3, on a regular basis. Hollywood, Atlanta, and Washington. I'm talking about the States. I'm not talking about the Bilderberg thing overseas. So them the joints. It's Hollywood East, which is Atlanta. That's where all the black people got to go who live over here. And the black people who live in California, who sold their souls, got to go to the Hollywood party, mansion party in Cali. Ask Cat Williams. Ask Will Smith. You know about the mansion parties. Will been there. He still got to go. Yeah, ask Denzel. Yeah, ask Samuel Jackson. Did I say Samuel Jackson? What, is it Samuel Jackson? Yeah, what is it? Samuel Jackson. Look at that. Ask Dave Chappelle. Was he invited? Dave Chappelle said, I'd rather go to Africa than go in that joint. Yeah, a lot of people in Hollywood go to mansion parties because they end up with money out of nowhere. They end up on TV glitching. That's the MX Ultra. What do you call that? The Ultra joint, ML Ultra, where they glitch people out. Lady Gaga on there, glitch them out. Shaq got glitched out on TV. The fat boy who used to be fat, the weather forecaster, he got glitched out on TV. ML Ultra, what is it called? And look, you for the heaven, you not, man. You gotta make a choice. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just a choice. I mean, like I said, you ain't gonna be able to live a life like you supposed to live a life, but just act like you trying to do the right thing and be in it. To act like you're doing the right thing with every intention of your heart, not to do it is really as making a vow. And I made a lot of vows that I didn't keep. I mean, when I made the vow to the heavenly, I was like, man, I really want to keep this time. I'm not gonna fornicate. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna drink too much. I ain't gonna drunk. You know, whatever. Which are my two main joints. I mean, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have to drink every day, but because I work a lot. But for the most part, you know, it's some things that I used to do, I don't do no more. You know what I mean? I don't do them anymore because I'm like, no, I can't keep living that life, man. And the more I eliminate from my life, the more I get to this side of things, as opposed to stay on this side. I just can't get past the weakness of masturbating. This guy's on, you go to his brother channel, he talk about people who can't stop masturbating, people who can't stop looking at porn. People can't stop doing nothing that you can't stop. You don't want to stop. See, it's not about you wanting to stop and you got to be saved, you got to be dunked in and baptized and go down. No, people done been through that and still looking at porn, still masturbating, still fornicating. They still doing that, bro. I was amongst them. I went and got baptized and went down the aisle and all that stuff, but it wasn't about that. It was about me knowing me to get rid of doing the things and stop voting for people who trying to take away my spirituality to make it their spirituality. I don't like their spirituality. Their spirituality is corrupt. Their spirituality is demonic. I'm not on that side. I want to be on this spirituality where it's about being good. It's about standing up for principles. It's about trying to straighten my life out. It's about making vows and working to keep them. It's about repentance. There's no repenting going on over here. These are fake people who mention God 4 or 5 times and it's about the last thing they're going to do. They ain't going to pray for you. Nobody in this government is waking up and praying for you every morning, yet you voted for them. Well, Trump didn't pray for you either, but why you keep trying to bring somebody else in on it? Let's stick to make your video. If you got a video, you got something you want to say in the comments below, then do so. I don't get a lot of comments on my videos because you ain't got nothing to comment about most of the time. Not that I'm right, but I'm making a point. If you want to refute my point on any of the videos I make, even though I'm going to share this to Facebook, if you want to refute it, you're more than welcome to make a comment about what I'm saying. But don't be bringing up, well, what about this, what about that? Just answer the questions that I put amongst you. You're either believing in this right over here, which is corruption, or you're believing in righteousness over here. There's only 2 places you can be. It ain't about being all this, well, then you want to be 5th grade all of a sudden. Well, ain't nobody perfect, and shut up. It's your little 5th grade. Yeah. Your 5th grade won't cut daddy's throat mentality. Get out of here with that, man. I don't even listen to bull crap like that, man. I don't listen to people who sound infantile. I just move along from you. Stop trying to blame stuff on something. Don't try to stop trying to bring other stuff into the conversation. Because black folks do that. When you bring up a point against them, if you can make up a point against them and tell them, look, this is what I observe about you. The first thing they say is, well, what about you? They won't say, yeah, I feel you, man. You're right. I need to correct that. If somebody came to me and said, well, I cussed a lot, right? Which I don't use profanity. And they say, man, you every time I hear you use a cuss word. Well, what about you? No, I don't do that. So, and you absolutely right, bruh. I don't need to blame somebody else. The Democrats blame somebody else. People with that mentality blame somebody else. And the people who voted for this government are the people who blame other people because that's what they're doing. Hence, the name of my video, The Blame Game. I got to get back in the studio. I'm out. And don't forget, you black folk, cut daddy's throat. You know people alone. They don't care about you. They got your vote. They manipulated you. They made dead people vote. They made people with Alzheimer's with wheelchairs roll up to the voting line. They let you mail in your vote when you wasn't even there. Fake people mailing votes. Y'all know they did it. They get ready to find out about that too. It's no longer going to be a conspiracy theory. Along with the other stuff, there's no longer conspiracy theory. Like Hunter Biden's laptop and the corrupt Biden family and the corrupt Hillary Clinton Foundation, all that stuff. That's also something that's about to be brought up. But again, as they always do, the blame gamers, the Satanists, about to bring up the January 6th thing. Worse, and they all say the same thing too. When you look at TV, they all say the same thing. They puppeteers. The worst catastrophe since 9/11. The first catastrophe since 9/11. The first catastrophe since 9/11. But the FBI and the CIA was the one that was inspiring that. They was there making them people run into the what's called, talking about come on in, come on in. They were FBI, CIA plants. And you're gonna find that out too. You know why I know? Cause I know. I have evidence. But you ain't looking for that because you're too busy trying to be Facebook guys on social media. Give it up. The heavenly don't like ugly. I'm trying to help you out.